As you can see, we're coming up on the beginning of the test section. There are the numerals painted onto the pavement. I have not done the form for the distress survey on this section yet. As I recall, though, I was watching out for cracks when we were marking this, knowing that this was a section that was going to receive the crack sealing. And as luck would have it, I didn't see too many which would require, or I don't remember very many which would require any crack sealing at all. The criteria on that is that the cracks have to be more than 1/8 of an inch wide. Now, one thing we do have here, which is a little different, is a few pop-outs of aggregate, particularly in between the wheel paths. You can see some of these pock-marked places along through here. I'll note that on the distress survey form as some raveling, and probably indicated to be 3 feet wide times the length of the test section, because it's, well, actually it's a little bit wider than that. I'll note it in the comments that it is widespread throughout the test section. It's not a continuous amount of raveling, it's just popped out aggregate in places, which gives it a kind of a pock-marked appearance. Okay, we're on station 2+60, and we do indeed pick up some longitudinal cracking again in the inside wheel path, which was similar to what we had on the previous test section. And follow it on down beyond station 3. You can see the marking for that on up ahead with the cross. This would also be low severity. These would be around 1/8 of an inch width, so these would receive some crack sealing. And we've got something interesting here that I'm going to point out, and I really don't know how to explain this or note it. 3+3, we've got kind of a crow's foot pattern here just in one spot, and it looks like there might be a slight depression right there. I wonder, this could be due to the base. I'm not certain. I guess I need to note this as, hang on a second just then. I'm going to call this 1 square foot of alligator cracking. I guess that's the closest thing to it, although it's really not that. It does appear to be fatigue related, and it is localized in this spot. We're continuing with the longitudinal cracking over there in the inside. Is it depressed? Ron was just taking the rut bar there, and there was no depression longitudinally through there. So we just have a crack spot, which may have raveled some. We also have this crack, which is it's got a longitudinal and a transverse crack crossing right in there. This is around station 3+15. Continuing on down, we have lost, for now, the longitudinal cracking in the inside wheel path, and then pick it up again here around station 3+60. And it appears to be intermittent the rest of the way. Haven't noticed much cracking of that sort in the outside wheel path, which is again interesting. It's not unusual from what I've seen in the past for us to have more rutting in the interior than in the outside wheel path, and that may be the case here. I'll check with Ron before we're finished and see if that is indeed the case. Okay, we do have some longitudinal cracking here. We're around station 4+50. And from here on up about 10 feet, we've got some longitudinal cracking in the outside wheel path, and we continue to have it intermittently in the inside wheel path. Now we're moving up to station 5, which is the end of this test section, and pick up again some more outside wheel path cracking. This ends the video for test section